As a kid, I didn't know much about video games, only that there are ratings to tell you what's mature or what's okay for kids to play, and some games that can only be played for certain consoles. But what I never knew was about hacks and mods until I got older. Some people will know about mods like changing the main character to something else, or adding things into games to make it much more fun to play. With hacks, that's another thing that can make online games harder to play because of cheats, or worse, having someone's console or account taken over that the player loses everything they have. Sit back, relax, and let me tell you about some things you knew, and probably some new things that you didn't even know. When people think of mods, they'll think of Skyrim and Macho Man Randy Dragon.
Ow.
Or with the community of Tekken 7 adding Tifa into it.
I got this.
But what some people probably didn't know is that there are mods that actually help people play games. Some people have made mods that make it much more easier to play when it comes to people with color blindness by increasing the contrast or adding new things like shapes instead of using the colors. There are also mods where they use loud sounds for players to identify critical situations during gameplay. Some people might think that mods are only things that allow people to add things in games to make it more fun, like I said in the beginning, with swapping character models with other characters from different franchises. But did you know? Some games are popular with games thanks to modders, and without them, we wouldn't have Team Fortress 2, Dota, and Garry's Mod to name a few.
He's been looking for you.
What sound do giraffes make? I don't know.
Sonic 06 is known to be a very buggy and glitchy game of the franchise, with one example being its loading screen taking too long to load.
Oh, by the way, the loading in this game is very quick. Oh, is it? Oh, it's insanely quick. Oh, just like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Another is a dialogue from a gun soldier in Shadow's campaign, where it seems to be that the bad take was still added into the game, followed by the correct one.
Shadow, E123 Omega has engaged Mephiles. Head to the Wave Ocean, head to Wave Ocean. Agent Shadow, E123 Omega has engaged Mephiles. Head to Wave Ocean immediately.
The reason I bring it up is because there is someone that is fixing almost everything in that game. Fast loading time, improvement with the characters, and adding some new cutscenes that wasn't in the game. The game is free and you can play it if you have a strong gaming PC. It's called Project 06 and it's being developed by an Argentinian programmer, Ian Chaos X Morris. He has been a Sonic fan since he was a kid. When he heard about Sonic 06, it caught his attention that he wanted to get it. During the time, he was doing a bit of game development after learning about the Sonic gaming community. Another popular mod is called Project M. It was a gameplay modification of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Compared to others, I had no issues with Brawl because I was just happy to play more of it. But some people didn't like it because of how slow the characters moved, their landing lag is shorter, and they also added in many of melee mechanics and elements. And due to the absence of Brawl, they brought back old characters such as Mewtwo and Roy. Project M's development team was partly descended from the original developers for Brawl Plus, later on as PMDT or Project M Dev Team, and having members from over 10 countries. The first demo was released on February 7, 2011, but sadly the mod officially concluded on December 1, 2015, with version 3.6 being its latest update. Ryan Morris, the team's attorney and business consultant, stated that the shutdown wasn't due to cease and desist notice or any of Nintendo's legal actions. One member stated that the cancellation was more so that they could prevent more legal issues in the future. There is another mod that is based off Project M called Super Smash Bros. Legacy XP, which is a modification of Project M's 3.6 version that includes new characters, 700 plus additional stages, and new mods. In Legacy XP, they've added Young Link, Pichu, and Metal Sonic to name a few. However, this too also concluded on March 13, 2020, and version 2.11 was the final release. I only heard about Legacy XP years ago when I saw a video on Twitter saying Shin Godzilla was added in with a trailer. However, when there are good people, there are also bad people in the community. Hackers in gaming are pretty much like villains because when you think of hackers, you think of people who cheat to win, try to mess with other players, or just annoy them. Aim hacks is something that helps people headshot others without putting too much effort into it, or wall hacks that allows people to see through walls to find others. Because of that, Game developers have added a report option for those who are cheating, sometimes humiliating them, like in Rainbow Six Siege, where all the players will get a small notification on the corner of the screen saying someone got kicked or banned for cheating. You probably wouldn't have noticed it happening in it, but I'm a bit surprised to find out that it also happens in the fighting game community. Players will just hop on Tekken 8 for a bit of online matches, thinking like it'll be just a normal gaming session until they notice that their opponent's health hasn't gone down. They are facing a hacker. Cheat engine scripts, memory edits, changing a bit of variables on load, and injecting scripts. If it isn't the health bar, someone messed with the costumes of the characters, in which it will make something on the character expand so much it blocks the opponent's view, making it much more harder to fight, while the hacker can see it perfectly fine as if nothing is going on. Katsuhiro Harada, the game developer and chief producer of the game, has stated on Twitter addressing the hacks and cheaters, "We have taken the following actions to suspend accounts up to and including indefinitely of users who have engaged in the following malicious and unauthorized play. 2 types of bans they have implemented are permanent and time-limited bans. It also goes for those who initially disconnect during matches, cheating, cracking, or using inappropriate mods, inappropriate customizations, or player name settings. Additional measures will be implemented during March to expand the scope of coverage. This action will target users who have been found to be in violation of the end user license agreement after receiving numerous in-game calls." Nintendo has done all they can to halt hackers from hacking the Switch, but no matter how many times they try to stop, another hacker will find a way to bypass it. But you will be surprised that some hackers are actually helping than exploiting it. They will show Nintendo the bug so they can deal with it before it is too late. A popular bug from the Switch is when players could use custom avatars as their profile. Rei Sukaku on Twitter has been able to do so for others to see online. However, on Super Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Balloon World, players have found others abusing it and using lewd pictures on it. Nintendo spokesperson spoke up about the controversy and banned those people and their consoles. Now when it comes to controversial hackers, Team Executor is on top of the list for the things they do, making mod chips, cartridges, and jailbreaking software for game consoles. They also sell their hacking tools for profit, while other modders do it for free so people can have fun while gaming. The group targeted consoles such as Nintendo Switch, 3DS, GameCube, NES Classic, PlayStation, Xbox, and Xbox 360. But their main and popular console is the Nintendo Switch. SXOX is a custom firmware in which, in their words, is easier to pirate and also play those games on an SD card. Nintendo has made it easier for them to tell what game is a legitimate or a pirate copy because it has a code certificate. It allows Nintendo to ban the pirate copy or disable the pirate copy of the game. Writer of Ars Technica, Kyle Orland, has said that the Switch has a firmware system that could detect a game that is being played offline. With that, it can drop a flag so it knows whose copy is pirated, and once that person hops back on, it will not be able to play the game. Although it sounds like a good idea, some people could get hit during a crossfire because they won't know that their pre-owned copy of the game has been permanently banned. Even though Nintendo has banned accounts, they've even taken the hackers to court for doing so. In December of 2018, Nintendo of America has filed a lawsuit on California resident Mikhail Uskadant because he has sold and installed Team Executor piracy product on Switches and other pirate content through OfferUp. Nintendo alleges that Mikhail has illegally hacked around 100 consoles and is owed $150,000 per copyright. And Nintendo hopes that they will sue anyone else that got involved with Mikhail and anyone on Team Execute. Not surprisingly, in September of 2020, Canadian national Gary Bowser and French national Maximilien Laurent were arrested for designing and selling circumventing devices, specifically products to circumvent Nintendo Switch copy protection, and were named along with Chinese citizen Yuaning Chen in a federal indictment filed in the U.S. District in Seattle, Washington on August 20th, 2020. But only Garrett was arrested out of the 3. Chen was never arrested and Laurent was never able to be extradited to the U.S. Bowser was initially charged with 11 felonies including wire fraud, conspiracy to circumvent technology measures, trafficking in circumventing devices, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. He pled guilty for the 2 of the charges and was sentenced to first $4.5 million fine, but then later to $10 million additional fine and up to 40 months in prison. Again, this is something I wanted to do because I just thought it might be nice to help those who never knew about hacking and modding games. And if you want to hear more, this is a video I've done of Signalis of my review. Please check it out, and hopefully more of these will come in the future. Not just game reviewing, but some facts that you probably never knew.